Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Gray, and we're cool in here. And
I think we're cold. I think we're cold.
We're cold. Look at Peggy Burton. I mean, it's cold. She got a blanket on those knees.
I decided to come back.
Well, we have missed you.
I've missed being
Did you
here.
take a vacation?
I wish. I was trying to get well. Anyway, a lot's been going on. Since
Oh, yeah,
I've been
heavens,
gone,
yes.
And a lot was canceled.
A lot of things were
And
canceled.
I guess we need to go through all that stuff.
Well,
don't we?
the thing about it is, Peg, is, it's funny. We dodged a bullet big time.
Yes, we did.
Nashville got destroyed. South of us got destroyed.
There was a tornado somewhere.
We just made it through with it. Of course, it's cold.
It's cold, but it could have been a disaster.
Oh, I kept waiting for that, looking outside. I would go outside and look and see when the trees started shining.
I know.
Because that's when the ice is
all
forming
the
on
limbs
the
start
trees
falling.
and the water and the power lines and
Yeah.
stuff. But it never did that, and we were so fortunate.
Very fortunate and glad to be alive, actually, because a lot of people didn't make it through.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to the churches that are servicing some of the homeless people. I worry about that.
Well, and I
Damn
guess the biggest praise and thanks you can give right now is to your electrical workers
Oh,
and
my
the
gosh.
people who are out there
In the cold.
And although Tullahoma didn't have that much happening, all around us
It was.
and most of the time these young men go to the next county because they're buddies,
Right.
They work together
they-
throughout the years and stuff, and when your buddy's down, you go help.
You go help.
It's
because,
forward.
We
You
have
know.
a wonderful group of workers.
Yeah, and you think about it. You think you're cold?
Fire department too. and
Yeah. Oh heavens, yes. You think you're cold? That guy's up there in the wind, 20 feet, 30 feet
on the
off the
post,
ground
yeah.
on a pole with
know.
ice.
I noticed through our area, a lot of trees have been cut down in Franklin County.
Yes.
I know they came and cut some stuff around my poles, which was great. And I guess they do that everywhere.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They have to.
Keep the lines clean.
But
If they can, clean as they can. So we're thankful to be here. I'm thankful to have my buddy back. She left me.
I'm glad to be back, honestly. I tried to do it last week, but I just couldn't do it. I'm much better.
Well, you look good.
Well,
You feel good?
might
I
wonder
love
who
that
does-
hair.
You might wonder who does my hair.
Nah, you do your hair. Your
It's
hair is
just
gorgeous.
wild.
Your
It's
hair is
just
gorgeous.
wild.
There
I
ain't
thought,
nothing,
okay.
nothing but pretty. Nothing but pretty.
I'm glad to be back.
I'll tell you
and,
what we're going to do though. Right now, we're gonna look and see what we got coming. Let's see here. Now they were supposed to be here today, but they didn't come because of the weather. Of course, it's just cold, but it's hard to when you prepare for something bad and you got everything all ready and you're all hunkered down
you
and
can't
you're
do it.
scared
I
and you're
know.
waiting, and when it doesn't happen, other than just get cold, you're still sitting there. You're
Right.
going, Fran, and like Fran said, well, can I go outside today? And I said, honey, if you put a coat on. She said, well, what about the streets? I said, the streets been clear for 2 days. They never did really,
They didn't
get
get
bad
bad.
here.
It was kind of bad on my road just for one day.
So get out. Come, the world opened up today.
The world opened up.
World's back open. I don't think school's
School's
open.
not open, I don't think.
Well, it's kind of cool. It's kind of chilly in some of those schools.
And when you get into the county schools, they're, back in
Those roads are
those
bad.
roads are not always good.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, these folks are supposed to be here today, but they'll come. They're going to reschedule. We've got the Good Vibes All Day presents Roses and Red Wine, Sip, Soul, and Vibe. And this is a live performance with the Hamilton Brothers, Miss Fifi, the Smoke Dog, Miss Chanel and Slim Chance.
I know Slim Chance.
Do you?
Slim Chance, if I'm not mistaken, plays in the band that the Murfreesboro Folk Festival that brings.
Might be it. Might be it.
His name is Slim Chance.
But this is a Valentine's thing. It's February 13th at the Atlantic, and that is on Atlantic Street. Tickets available through on Eventbrite. VIP tickets, tables, text 615-203, and then that's 2829. And
I love those Hamiltons. I'm
oh yeah, they're
so
great.
glad
They're great.
that they're still together after, I knew them as they grew up, and I used
Sure.
to sing with their dad, a wonderful guitarist.
And piano player.
He could do it
He
all.
could do anything.
And I love to see the family continuing.
Little Walter.
They're wonderful.
Little
They're
Walter was an
talented.
incredible. Well, he was an incredible guy. Period.
Yes, he was.
What a great family. He raised all those kids, and raised them in the right way.
And their Valentine's Day party is on the
13th, Friday night, and this
And
is
where
one of
is
those
it?
deals that they're doing now through the Good Vibes. That's no kids. No
Yeah.
kids. Take mama out for a dance.
Right. that's
Take
nice.
mama out for something special. No, you can't bring the kids with you.
Yeah.
And you can't wear tennis shoes.
Oh, okay.
You got to dress up.
I love it.
And I think that's a wonderful thing. Let's see if my fingers
What
will
time does
work.
it start?
What time does it start? Doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
When you get there. Probably 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, something like that. All right, now we've got February 13th, that's the same night, at 6:30 p.m. at Grace Baptist Church, The Call. Journey of Courage, Surrender, and Unshakable Faith. And that is based on the best-selling book, Through Gates of Splendor. Tickets $15, Grace Baptist Church.
Very nice. Oh, we have a video? There we go.
Have a video of that. Okay, here we go. Let's see.
Wow.
Now, I like that.
That was pretty, wasn't it?
I love the end
Very-
of it.
very,
The call with that telephone, old school telephone.
That
you
was
still
neat.
have one of them,
No.
one of those old black phones.
No. I don't.
We've got one somewhere. All right, now we got, let's see what, going into February 7th, Girls Night Out. That is Rhinestone Painting. This is a Parks and Rec deal. Starts at 5 p.m. On 501 North Collins Street. Register online. February the 7th.
And that's the Tullahoma Park.
Parks and Rec, yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Have I missed one?
Well, we do know there's a couple of things that were canceled at South Jackson that we can talk about. The songwriters contest, not contest, but the songwriters event, which was going to be last Sunday, has been postponed to 6 o'clock on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
At South Jackson.
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. South Jackson Performing Arts Center. And I think it's all set up. I don't know how long it lasts. It
Now,
starts at 6.
is that a regional thing? Is that something that they're doing it?
I think so, and I wish I knew more about it, but I have not been able to psych it all out. Maybe Greg will drop by and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Anyway, it's a
Okay.
wonderful thing. And then Utopia, which was supposed to be last Saturday, because of the weather, we postponed till this Saturday, the 31st. Great group.
Oh yeah. That's JT Northcutt and that bunch of his. They've been entertaining in
Well-
this town for
Yeah.
Years and years
I
and
think
years.
they have 3 players that come out of Nashville. And I know there's one out of Chevelville, but it originated here with JT. And I'm so proud of them because they keep going strong. They're
Yeah.
good.
CJ, do we have a clip of that you want to play?
See,
All right, who's ready for some Utopia?
We gotta get to the mood. Come on, make some noise. Want y'all to give a warm applause for Salem, please. They did a great job. But we're gonna groove with it. Come on. So let's groove tonight. Let's raise the special light. Oh, we gonna slice it right. So let's groove tonight. So let's groove tonight. Share the special light. Oh, we gonna slice it right. So let's groove tonight. Oh, let this groove, let it just groove. It's alright. You're alright. Let this groove get you to move and stand up. So alright. I wanna tell you what you can do and not do. So alright. Gotta let you know, girl, you're looking good. You're out of sight. So alright. Just move yourself and glide like a 747. Lose yourself up in the sky and the clouds in the heaven. Let this groove, get in this groove, it's alright. Alright. Let this groove get you to move and stand up. Just alright. Just tell the DJ to play your favorite tune and it's okay. What you found is happening now. Let this groove get in this groove, it's alright. Alright. Let this groove get you to move and stand up. Just alright. Oh yeah. Got to groove tonight, y'all. Got to groove all night long. Come on. Let this groove.
Fix your mind on the floor, take a little time. Follow me, you achieve, get a little shine. I'll be there after a while if you want my love.
Utopia, that's one song, but they're doing a real wide variety of different styles of music, rock and roll, and everything you can think of.
Well, you know, somebody said to me, why would you want to go to South Jackson to see Utopia? It's a dance band. And you don't realize in the new redoing of the South
There's
Jackson
plenty of room to
Auditorium,
dance.
they took out two rows of seats in the front. So there's a huge amount of space to
There's
dance.
a lot of space to dance. So
and
bring your
you can
dancing
get up out
shoes
that chair
and have fun.
and go down there and do your bump that booty all you want to.
Or you can sit back and relax and watch some good music.
And while we were watching that right there, that clip right there, I looked over here. Peggy was moving her feet. She was dancing right here. Can't keep a good girl down, can you?
People need to dance in life.
Oh, you've got to dance. Don't miss the dance.
Don't miss the dance. I
Whatever
always love
you
that
do.
song.
Huh?
I always love that song.
Yeah.
Don't miss the
Don't
dance.
miss the dance. Let's see here. Read a couple of things from my book of Loku. Well, I won't say anything about that. Let's see. I smell the coffee. You hear the rain. You scratch my feet, I rub your back. Seems it takes two of us to make one complete. Struggle in the darkness, frolic in the sun. Hand in hand is how we get it done.
That's
Partners.
sweet. Partners.
Partners.
Very sweet.
Got to have a partner. Days come, years go. Strides are taken, steps are lost. A boy becomes a man. The man gets slow. Sure went fast, filled with joy. Sometimes I miss the little boy.
Oh. I think we all do. I was so carefree when I was little. I had not a problem in the world.
No, heavens no. Our existence often includes ugliness. The ability to forge past it doesn't prevent its return, but provides the tools to survive the next encounter, deserved or not. Thank you, Lord, for the strength to be brave.
That's good. We all have to be brave. I read somewhere you ought to do something you're scared of at least once a day. You know, and take a chance.
Well, you know,
Try not to worry.
and the thing about it is, in life, you know, if you hear people, just like this weather that came through. My brother was worried about, oh, the power's going to go out and the tree's going to fall on the back of my house, on and on and on. And I said, why in the hell are you filling your mind up with that when none of it's happened?
Right.
You don't know that's going to happen.
You worry ahead of time.
Yeah,
That's-
turn on a Hallmark movie.
Oh, please. You know I
My
don't.
brother loves. I like Hallmark movies.
I don't like
You know, if he could do anything, if I could do anything for my brother Jerry, it would be to put him in a car, on a bus,
With
in
Hallmark
an
movies.
airplane, whatever, and go. And he would love to be backstage and watch them create a Hallmark movie
Yeah.
wherever they're filming, and show how they put it all together and the fake snow and all the things that they do
Yeah.
to make Hallmark movies.
I guess the beauty of it is it always ends nice.
Yes, they end nice.
There's always happy endings.
And there are three: faith, hope, and love. Hope, the fuel that gets us to the station. Faith, the ticket that allows us passage. And love, the essence of all that follows as we bask in eternal peace. Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, all bear the seeds to spawn a creative.
Very good.
Okay? So with those things said, what we're going to do is take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back, and we're going to play a lot of music today. You know, everybody forgot that the world opened up this morning, so we had a lot of cancellations on the people that were going to come. So Peggy and I are going to entertain you. We might even get up and dance. We might sing. Hey, and something else too. See right here? See right there?
What does it say?
See right there? It says Bell Buckle Cafe.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. South Jackson Street Band's going to play Valentine's Day
On
the 14th.
So after you go to the Hamilton event on the 13th, you can just keep your clothes on and go to
Go to
another
Bell Buckle.
fancy event at the Bell Buckle.
Go to Bell Buckle Banquet
Hall.
So with that said, we'll be back in just a moment.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna pick your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna pick your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere. Like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
The Duck River isn't just beautiful, it's America's most biologically diverse river and a drinking water source for over 300,000 Tennesseans. Since 2021, volunteers have removed more than 12 tons of trash and 250 tires from our watershed. Now, we're coming together again for the Duck River Watershed Society's 5th annual spring cleanup, Saturday, March 7th, from noon until 3 at the Fire Lake Boat Launch in Manchester. Free to join, fun for everyone. Register now and help protect the Duck River.
All right, folks, we're back, and just before the break, we were talking about the Bell Buckle Cafe because we were talking about the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall because we were talking about South Jackson Band playing a Valentine's dance.
And it's coming up on the 14th, which is on Saturday night at the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall, and they always have a fabulous
the food.
menu. The
food's incredible.
Awesome. And there will be free ballroom dance lessons at 6 o'clock. And you just come in and bring your partner or come and dance along because Tim Taylor, who is really across the United States one of the finest dancers, ballroom dancers there is. He's won accolades all over the country. And anyway, he'll be there teaching and you don't have to pay just
to learn.
So it'll be fun, yeah. Anyway, that's Saturday night and the dance is teaching the dance is at 6, and the band will start, I believe, at 7.
7, so.
Maybe 7.
Who all? Do you know who all singing this year? You?
If I'm alive,
you will be.
I plan to sing a couple of songs.
I'll bring you. If you're not, I'll take you down there and put you in a chair.
Yeah, I'm easing. I love this band, and I support it, and hope that it goes on forever. Samantha Terrell Waters.
Right.
Will be singing most of the female vocals, and Jerry Anderson, chiropractor.
Right, sure.
Chiropractor. Jerry sounds like Frank
Saxophone
Sinatra.
player.
Yes, he will be singing, and then we have a young artist that is from Tokyo, studied at Tokyo University. Anyway, she's going to do some solos on the clarinet. She is absolutely fabulous, and right this minute I cannot call her name.
It's okay.
And forgive me, I'm old. I forget things.
Right.
What's your name?
Engelbert. Engelbert.
Right. Anyway, it'll
can't remember
It'll be a
that.
fun evening, and we hope people will come out. And,
Okay. All right, well, we've got some video of that right here.
South Jackson Street Band is Middle Tennessee's premier big band. Visit our website, sjsband.com.
This has been a Ron Hackett Music video production.
South Jackson Street Band is Middle Tennessee's premier big band. Visit our website, sjsband.com.
This has been a Ron Hackett Music video production.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority. Power in community.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and what I'd like to talk about right now is
the Burns dinner was changed. Do you have that?
No, I don't.
It was going to be the 31st,
yes,
but I can't tell you when it's changed to. So
well,
go online.
They're doing all this stuff right now, and it's kind of hard in Tullahoma. There's so much stuff goes on that if you can find a venue, and then all of a sudden you go to change it, well, somebody else has got that venue
Somebody's
next
already
week.
got that
It's sort of like
date, I
South
know.
Jackson. It's hard to cancel something and then just move it because the
Something
place
else
is
is
full
going on, that's
all year
right.
long. There's stuff planned ahead of time, so it's really difficult sometimes to
But
find
I'm excited
a new place to go.
that we are going to be able to have Utopia on Saturday night. And by the way, the ticket price is only $20, and seats are going well.
Right.
But there's still some seats, so 455-5321, Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Tullahoma, Tennessee. What I want to talk about right now is I've been asked, do you know Jim Wood and Engay?
Yes, I do. I love them.
And they had the fiddle orchestra, and then they down at Flat Creek.
And they have
For years now,
Yeah.
they've had a contra dance.
Wonderful.
Contra dance, and then they have entertainment.
Yes.
And I'm going to be the entertainment
That's awesome.
at Flat Creek this Saturday night.
That is wonderful.
And so what I want to do is I'm gonna read. Recently, when we had the art crawl, I read my rabbit story, the one I wrote for Fran, and everybody was I was very honored to do that. And everybody who heard the story, they were gracious about the story.
Yeah.
And so Jim and Inge, of course, have come and been on our show numerous times throughout the years.
We need to have them back.
And she called me not too long back and said, we'd like for you to come down here and be part of our entertainment. Now, the one problem, Peggy,
it's gonna be
she
cold.
said there's a 90-year-old woman that's going on before you who is a comedian.
Oh, well.
And I'm scared to death to follow that woman. They ain't no telling. I'll bet she's real good.
She probably is.
Oh,
yeah.
But it's going to be fun. And what I'd like to do, I went back because I think the fiddle orchestra was in operation for what? At least 10 to 12 years.
It was.
And they came to South Jackson and played numerous times. And so just to give you a little dab of what we're talking about here, I went back and looked up some of the fiddle orchestra and got CJ to pick a couple. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to go to one of those performances and let you see a little bit about the fiddle orchestra.
It was phenomenal how he worked that orchestra. It didn't matter if you were a beginner or you had studied music for 50 years. He would find a place that you could fit into the orchestra and sound great. That amazed me.
Well, and like Peggy said, you know, and I was talking Harry Hill of Tullahoma News.
Right.
He got involved because of one of his children, I believe, and so where they could go do this together.
Right.
And he learned how to play a stand-up bass.
Stand-up bass. That's awesome.
And the child was playing a fiddle, and so no matter who you were, no matter what you could, like you say, no matter how much you knew or didn't know, you showed up. You were in the orchestra.
And you had a place. I just thought that was amazing.
And you might just, like you said, you might just be hitting the A string, and that's it. Everybody
you know, had it right.
But it worked.
It was a great adventure, and a lot of people were influenced by his technique and his fabulous brain for playing fiddle.
And a whole lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah. So, talking about story reading, I'm going to read one right here. This is something I wrote. Let's see, when did I write this?
A day ago?
25. 4/5/25. Hadn't been that long.
It's not very long.
About a year ago. This is about a friend of mine. I met one of my first friends lying on the ground, a scared little fellow, whose wing had let him down. He barely peeped when I put him in my hand, his feathers ruffled up, full of blood and sand. I looked him in the eye, and he looked straight back and nodded when I asked, was it a cat attack? Then he closed his eyes, and I thought he was gone. But his little chest was moving, so I took him home. I went into the kitchen and laid him on the sink, cleaned up his wing, then gave him a little drink. He raised his head, winked at me, then closed his eyes. I swear to God, he winked at me. Boy, was I surprised. I wrapped him in a dish towel and took him to my room. Put him on a little bedside table and prayed he'd be better soon. And then Mom came in and said that I'd done good. And maybe he'd be better soon, if his little body could. The next morning I woke up to a chirping sound, and he was on my pillow dancing all around. He jumped off the pillow and bounced off the bed, landed on my shoulder, then pecked me on the head. My little friend got better as the days went by, and in a couple weeks, he could even fly. The house was his aviary. Little turds were everywhere. So Dad got a bird cage and said he needs to stay in there. The cage was in the kitchen next to Dad's coffee cup, and every morning when he'd open it, when he needed to get up, the bird would fly. When I needed to get up, the bird would fly down the hall into my room and onto my bed, walk on the pillow and peck me on the head.
Oh.
Then he'd land on my shoulder as I walked down the hall, headed to the kitchen for Mom's breakfast call. A full plate was on the counter. She never made a spill. Then my bird and I would both eat our fill. A free bird. To free a bird, to a free bird, a bird cage ain't much fun. But the screen porch in the back was his favorite one. A 12 by 16 room screened from ceiling to floor with plenty of room to fly around and perches galore. He enjoyed sitting on the 2x4s where the screen was attached, chirping and flapping his wings at the cats from the attack. As they climbed the screen, he taunted them from his 2x4 tree limbs, and it drove those cats crazy trying to get to him. My bird had a good life with us until his end. He's buried in the backyard. He was my special friend. He was red and yellow bird. When he flew, he looked like a flame. the bird was a parakeet, and Petey was his name.
I love it.
So
I love it.
That's my little friend Petey.
Well, I knew a guy that had a couple that had a little parakeet named Petey.
Really?
And that bird had 2 vocabularies. He spoke exactly like the wife, and he spoke exactly like the husband. Sometimes he'd say, "Good morning, how are you doing?" A big voice. And then it would be really sweet little voice. I love that bird. I was just a young person. I sang with a trio, and we were touring in the Southeast, and we went to their house and stayed a couple of days. And the bird was up every morning, sat on the edge of the guy's coffee cup. I love that. That was a sweet story, by the way. You had my attention all the way.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, the thing about it is, you remember the guy I don't know where you bank, but I banked at Traders Bank for years and years and years, forever. 60, well, I don't know, I'm 70, I'll soon be 77 for probably 70 years. I've banked with Traders Bank. And there used to be a guy who would come in there and he would have a parakeet. But he'd take his coat and he'd go like that, and his parakeet would come out of his inside pocket, climb up on his shoulder, and sit there while he was doing his banking. And he had little treats in one side and stuff.
It's amazing. So many different kinds of animals make wonderful friends.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And, so I'll be down at the Flat Creek at the Contra Dance this Saturday night.
What time does it start?
The Contra Dance starts at 6, and then they do that for about an hour, and then there'll be entertainment, and I'll have to follow that 90-year-old woman, and she probably she like Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash when Jerry Lee Lewis and Johnny Cash were playing at the same place. Johnny Cash said, "I'm closing." Jerry Lee said, "No, I'm closing this show."
Yeah.
And Cash said, "No, I'm closing. It's on the billboard right out there, Johnny Cash."
Yeah.
So Jerry Lee said, "All right, well, I'll go before you then." Well, when he did, he played for 2.5 hours.
He closed it.
And when he was through, there wasn't a soul left.
Yeah.
Everybody was worn out. And Cash said, "I'll never follow that son of a bitch ever again, ever." So it's kind of hard to follow somebody, but I'll do my best. And we'll play another thing from the Fiddle Orchestra right now, just to show you a little bit more of that.
There's an island of trees standing in a sea of cotton, not far from a place called Hazel Green. The story of murder has never been forgotten, and flowers won't grow, birds don't sing. Here once stood a grand old Annabelle mansion, built for the clash of blue and gray. Where a fair and beautiful young lady with flaming red hair and evil ways. 6 times she was wed at the altar of God. On her hand she wore 6 golden rings. And now 6 men lie deep beneath the sun. 1 mile east of Hazel Green. She married a planter, a merchant, and a lawyer. All 3 became ill and soon died. The young widow wed again 3 more times to wealthy men who also fell prey and lost their lives. Upon each husband's death, as she quits their last breath, with words of iron she sent for her slave. Who in the dead of night, by a single candlelight, were forced to dig another unmarked grave. 6 times she was wed at the altar of God. On her hand she wore 6 golden rings. And now 6 men lie deep beneath the sod, 1 mile east of Hazel Green. Mississippi, they say, with a handful of slaves and true. Now time has consumed the old Alabama mansion, the graves are lost within the tangled vines. And they say that 6 ghosts on the old plantation, searching for their fair and evil bride. 6 times she was led at the altar of God. On her hand she wore 6 golden rings. And now 6 men lie deep beneath the sun, 1 mile east of Hazel Green. 1 mile east of Hazel Green. 1 mile east of Hazel Green.
HostMy provides modern phone systems with mobile integration, HIPAA-ready business texting, and digital faxing solutions. More importantly, we offer dedicated U.S.-based support, transparent billing, and unparalleled reliability. Call 931-581-4411 today and partner with the best.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Hello everyone, I'm John Rickman. And this is Pat Welch, and we are here today for segment 75 of the Conversations with John and Pat. Kind of a milestone.
Yes, it's kind of a milestone.
And the crowd's starting to pick up too, if you hadn't noticed.
Well, I'm going to do sort of a sad song.
Okay.
Pat, I don't mean to do it, but the Carters made this famous, and a lot of people, I do. I like it too.
Well, we may need to idle down just a little bit.
Well, we'll build that story back up. You've got another story. We don't want to make it sad all the way through.
Okay.
I was standing by my window on a cold and winter's day when I saw that hearse come rolling to take my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Undertaker, 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 please drive slow. 'Cause I know this body you carry, Lord, I hate to see her go. I will follow close behind her, try to hold on and be brave. But I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
That was good, John. That's a little bit more of a somber rendition than the normal
song at some time, but it's a good one. It's well written. It's sung all over the mountains of Appalachia and in Nashville and all those places.
It was good, really good.
Can I tell you a little story before we start?
I hope you will.
Well, my brother, he can't hear real good, and he and my sister-in-law were sitting on their back porch not long ago, and he had his hearing aid turned off, and he was reading a book. And my sister-in-law was looking out over their yard and saw such a beautiful backyard, things they'd planted, and thought about their children and about how good a husband Jimmy's been and how good a father he's been to the girls, and she thought about Jimmy, how he had provided. She looked over at Jimmy and said, "Jimmy, I'm proud of you." And he turned to her and said, "Well, I'm tired of you too." That was just a joke. But it
was a good one.
Seems like it applies to someone who can't hear real good.
Real well, John, would be. And I caught myself with the wrong past tense of the verb run not long ago and have regretted it ever since. I hope you'll correct me next time.
My wife corrects me a lot.
Well, we both need that.
So we've got a segment coming up, and she wanted me to pronounce the word correctly, not end it with the wrong.
I think I've mentioned to you before we would like to be a little bit better grammar-wise on this show, but there's no denying that Dizzy Dean did a good job on his announcing, and he always used the past tense of the word verb slide was slud.
We just hope that you people accept us the way we are.
That's right. Just like they did Dizzy.
Go ahead.
Am I on this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I've got a little bit of a story and so forth to tell, and if our viewership will allow me, it will get back to Tullahoma. And the topic today is going to be the Brown family and from Cookeville, which two of the more famous members were Mac and Watson Brown, and they would have played high school football in Cookeville. I believe Watson, his senior year, was in the season of '66, and Mac, his younger brother, was a running back on that team. Watson was a quarterback, and a really, really good one. And he ended up going to Alabama, to Vanderbilt, after he was recruited to Alabama by Bear Bryant, and played baseball and football there. And in 1969, he quarterbacked a team that beat Alabama when they were ranked. I believe the score was 14-10. One of the bigger and acclaimed victories for Vanderbilt. And then Mac played with him for a while, and he transferred to Florida State. Well, their coaching days are pretty famous. And Watson, let's see, he was assistant several places, but I think his first head job was at Austin Peay, and from Austin Peay he took offensive coordinator position at several places, and then became a head coach at Cincinnati, Rice, then at Vanderbilt, then University of Alabama Birmingham, and he was AD there, and then he went to Tennessee Tech and retired there. And one thing a little bit on Watson, he was a great high school athlete and great collegiate athlete. And his senior year, he got his knee hurt, and he relied on his crutches. He put too much weight on his armpits, which I think is the incorrect usage of crutches, and it affected his shoulder where there was some nerve damage done in it, in his left shoulder, and he made all-conference center fielder on the baseball team for Coach Smitto, who was a great, he won Larry Smitto won several SEC championships and ended up starting the Sounds franchise in Nashville. But Watson's arm or shoulder was damaged so bad that he caught fly balls that he couldn't get his glove over his shoulder. He'd have to take his throwing hand and lift his glove up to catch the ball, and still made all conference. Now that's a good baseball player.
Yes, sir.
Mac, his brother, was probably maybe not quite as good an athlete, but he was a good athlete. He played running back at Vanderbilt and also at Florida State after he transferred. And I've heard both of them speak, and Watson and Mac both agree that Mac took better jobs. But his first head coaching job was Appalachian State, and then he went to Tulane, University of North Carolina, and then, of course, at Texas, where he won a national championship. And Mac is, I believe, this year has been voted in the National College Hall of Fame, which, of course, is an absolute big deal. But
he's a football commentator too.
He's a football commentator. Now put those pictures up there, Philip, please. There's Watson's on the left at Tennessee Tech, and if you've seen Mac on TV recently, you'll notice his hair is quite a bit grayer, but I'm jealous of him. He's got hair. Those two brothers. Now we're going back to Tullahoma. Watson, while he was at Tennessee Tech, came and spoke at a Boy Scout fundraiser in Tullahoma, because there were two Tullahoma football players on the squad at Cookeville at that time, and so he came and spoke, and ends up, I had just a short conversation with him, but their grandfather, his name was Eddie, and he went by Jelly Watson. And that's how Watson got his first name. His first name came from his grandfather's last name. His mother was a Watson. And he was a really, really successful high school coach. In fact, he was the first coach, I think, in Cookeville, like in either 22 or 25, something like that. And he coached through, I think, the 28 season maybe, and then he went to Salina and was there a couple of years, or about 10 years, and came back to Cookeville and coached through the 1958 season. And he may be in the TAAA Hall of Fame, but he is a legend in the Cookeville area. Well, Watson had told me that they played Tullahoma at Tullahoma either in 57 or 58, which would either be the first season it was on Wilkins Stadium or the second season, and that Tullahoma beat them, gave Jelly Watson his worst defeat ever there. And Mac and Watson were 7 and 6 years old and on the sideline for that game, which I thought that may not interest many people, but it sure interested me to have two guys of that kind of stature there when they could still remember that from the time they were 6 and 7 years old.
You say there was an excellent football player at that time, Curly Summons. Didn't he have something to say about it?
Well, that ended up being later when I searched, and he was confused on the year.
Yeah.
I went to a Cookeville game later on, and that was in 65, I believe, and that may have been close to when our good friend and our management representative for
Mr. Gray.
Mr. Gray would have been playing, but we beat them really bad, and Curly Simmons kicked off He was a great athlete, and I think it was 7 times, and every one of them was into the end zone, and one of them was over the end line. And that didn't happen very often in high school football at the time. And Curly was a great athlete, and he followed. They came after that Watson Brown deal. And we had talked earlier. We thought at one time that may have been the same night, but it was not. It was a little bit earlier when one of the last years of his grandfather's coaching. But not many people knew that Watson and Mac Brown, two famous, nationally famous coaches,
Mac
were
being at Cookeville when I seen him on television. You know, he did well.
John, that pretty well wraps up segment 75.
That was a good story about Tullahoma and how it relates to Cookeville.
That's correct. And we've got plenty of stories to go if management will allow. Thank you all.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
The Duck River isn't just beautiful, it's America's most biologically diverse river and a drinking water source for over 300,000 Tennesseans. Since 2021, volunteers have removed more than 12 tons of trash and 250 tires from our watershed. Now, we're coming together again for the Duck River Watershed Society's 5th annual spring cleanup, Saturday, March 7th, from noon until 3 at the Fire Lake Boat Launch in Manchester. Free to join, fun for everyone. Register now and help protect the Duck River.
All right, we're back, and you know, Peg, we through the years, and of course, you've been involved with South Jackson Civic Center since day one.
Since I moved to Tullahoma.
You know, day one.
In 72.
Used to be the Playhouse, was out at the airport. You'd go out there and you'd have to take an umbrella in the building if it rained because the roof had so many leaks in it.
Exactly.
And then the performing arts
people
would bring folks into the high school, right?
Once in a while, yeah.
At that point. And so all of a sudden South Jackson Civic Center or South Jackson School became available, and there was a movement to take that over.
To take it over, right.
And turn it
into a performing arts center eventually. And I'm real proud of that because it's worked out really well.
Well, and you know, it's not around the corner, but it is around the corner. Would be the 48th annual South Jackson Goes Country?
47 or 48.
I think it's 48.
You think it is?
I think it's 48.
It might be.
You know, 40, almost 50 years, Peggy Burton came up with this idea about the country show to help fund South Jackson Civic Center
in the very beginning.
When the egg just hatched.
Right.
Pretty much.
Oh, there was holes everywhere in the ceiling, and it was.
And I can remember all the stuff that everybody did down there. It was nasty. We went in there and we did all this work, different and things. What the thing about it is now, today, you walk in South Jackson Civic Center. It is the #1 small theater in the state of Tennessee.
It really is, and I'm real proud of all that. And Greg Russell's had a lot to do with it.
Done a lot.
I mean, he took everything and has pushed it forward. And the auditorium is beautiful. The seats are nice, and everything is just looks so much better. And a lot of good things are going on there.
And the Playhouse was there. Then the Playhouse wasn't there.
And now the Playhouse is back there.
Now the Playhouse is back. And so South Jackson, the Playhouse is back this time under the umbrella of South Jackson.
You know, one thing I wanted to say was that, I know I change subjects all the time, but Little Women is coming up, is the next theater piece at South Jackson. And then I believe it's Chorus Line. And those tickets are all on sale now. So hopefully people will buy.
And 1776 is going to be
coming up this summer, I think. Yeah.
Sure is. I guess I brought all of that up to say, Peggy, this lady right here is fearless. If there's ever was a fearless person, it's that person right there. Dauntless. I mean, forward. I know where your son, Bart, gets it. You know, the #1 command is forward. Don't ask me a question. We passed that.
And he's shoveling snow right now in Virginia.
and so what happens is this lady goes, and she has gone out for years in the performing arts series and found and located the different folks who have come in here, from Thelonious Monk to whoever. Jason Petty, you know, I mean, whoever. Peggy Burton's band, different ones come through, and not just country, not just theater, but jazz. and other types of music, dance, and all these things that have come through this town, that have our children and our population has had an opportunity to see that without your leadership and your poking,
there's a lot of people back there. I mean, you know, a lot of people
of course. So, but you're the one with the baton, and I follow you. I follow you. And one of the things that I followed you for was a guy that I saw one time down in Normandy playing a guitar.
Yeah.
And he was down there, and a sort of a big guy. His finger's about that big. I've never seen anybody play a guitar quite like him. The fellow's name is Richard Smith. He's from England. And he came to the United States of America because he was invited by Chet Atkins.
Awesome.
And he and his wife, who's a cellist with the Nashville Symphony Orchestra,
we had them at the Civic Center.
South Jackson Civic Center.
Yeah, they were great.
And what we're going to do right now, and Don Jones, you love it. You know you love it. We're going to bring you Richard Smith.
Awesome.
sing along if you know it. Anyone? There you go. Louder. Maybe try this key here. Bass player. Oh, thank you.
All right, that's Richard Smith.
He is great.
He's met, and
Yeah.
we're gonna banter just a little bit and close, and we'll bring Richard back for closing with his wife. Julie is her name, and
she
they
plays
play
the cello?
together. Plays the cello with the Nashville Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, wow.
So
That should be fabulous.
sure do.
I wish we'd
So-
bring a symphony to our stage.
Well, you know, we used to go to the Sunshine Symphony, Sundown Symphony in Columbia.
And they would do it outside.
And they had Columbia had a little band,
Yeah.
orchestra.
Oh, they still have a little
And so
orchestra.
this was a I forget what it was. It was a fundraiser for something, but we would go over there and you could get a table, and you
And it
paid
was-
I don't
was
know
it outside?
$250, $300 for a
Yeah.
table that seated 10
Yeah.
or 12, and then they had contests. They had the decorations. That table decoration won something.
Oh, cool.
And then they had wine and cheese and a fine dinner on the lawn at I can't think of the name of the place, Ripa Villa.
Lipa Villa.
Ripa Villa, which was an old Civil War plantation house.
I wonder if they still do that in
I think they do.
I know
I think
they
they do.
still have the orchestra. I
Yeah.
mean, the band, like we have a band.
The Sunset Symphony is what it was, and they bring part of the orchestra from Nashville out. Columbia's orchestra would play, then the Nashville Orchestra would play.
That's a cool idea.
And it was absolutely wonderful up on that hill and that beautiful rolling hills and that sun going down, and there's a symphony orchestra up there playing.
Awesome.
You know, and what's that song everybody says play? What? That crazy song?
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know.
A crazy song.
Crazy song. It's a rock and roll song. But they play it.
Oh,
they play it.
The symphony plays
Yeah, the symphony plays it.
I love that.
But no, it's a great thing to do. So what we got to do, folks, is we got to have fun, be warm out there, be safe out there. We're getting ready to go right now to Richard Smith.
This is the guy that drove the truck in Smokey and the Bandit. He wrote just the most killer instrumentals, and we'll play some of those for you as well. This is another one that he wrote that Johnny Cash had a hit with. There we go. Let's try it here. 3, 4. 6'6", he stood on the ground, weighed 235 pounds. When I saw that giant of a man brought down to his knees by love. Was the kind of man that would gamble on love, look you in the eye and never back up. But I saw him crying like a little wet pup because of love. Can't see it with your eyes, hold it in your hand, but like the wind it covers our land, strong enough to rule the heart of any man. This thing called love, it can lift you up, it can let you down to your world and turn it all around. Ever since time, nothing's ever been found stronger than love. Most men are like me, they struggle and doubt. They trouble their minds day in and day out. Too busy with living to worry about a thing called love. I see a mother's tenderness as she holds her young close to her breast. I thank God this world's been blessed with a thing called love. Can't see it with your eyes, hold it in your hand, but like the wind it covers our land, strong enough to rule the heart of any man. This thing called love, it can lift you up, it can let you down to your world and turn it all around. Ever since time, nothing's ever been found stronger than